Good afternoon, evening, good night, and good morning. You are. Hoping you're having yourself a wonderful day. If you're in America, over 750,000 workers will be on furlough. And they're not guaranteed that they're gonna get retroactive money. But what are your thoughts on the lockdown for 7 consecutive days? A lot of people not getting paid. A lot of people will be off as of tomorrow because they haven't passed a bill. But if they're not negotiating, how they're gonna pass the bill? First, they have to be negotiating, and from the negotiation, then they come to an agreement. But I don't know. As Jimmy Cliff said, sitting here in limbo. That's what most people are doing. If you're a federal worker, you're sitting in limbo, waiting on the right time to come. But is the time gonna come where they free up and pass the bill? Or keep it like it is? But we know that's not gonna happen because President Donald Trump, he said the bill that the Democrat have, you need to trim. So they want to trim it. The Republican want to trim it. So he's not negotiating with the Democrats. Hey, Christopher Bud, big up yourself. Blessings to you and your family. But for them to shut down the country for 7 consecutive days to tell you how much our government love our people and think about the poorer class. We see where a lot of people are on furlough. Sparkle Mash Lover. Blessings. But yeah, if you to love your people like that and for you to shut down the country, it's telling me one of two things. We're living in a third world country, a first world country. Because if you're living in a first world country, there's no way on earth our country is supposed to shut down. No, not one bit. Because it's a first world country. Your military not getting paid. Your military not getting paid. Air traffic controllers. Those are the most essential part in your country. And they're not getting paid. Now they say they're on furlough and they're not guaranteed that they're gonna get retroactive. So they're not gonna get it. It's not guaranteed. So if it's not guaranteed, no, your dream was to work as a federal worker. Now a lot of people start to question it. Do you want to work as a federal worker when every year or ever so often you'll be out of a job? You'll be at the food bank begging, or at the pantry begging, the food pantry. because you can't afford to feed your family. But we're praying for it to solve within days, because it's not looking good for a first world country like America. It's like America become laughing stock to the rest of the world. We're a first world country, and for a first world country to the federal workers see, we're in the news. It said what is next, what's happening next, what's coming. Today's the 7th day. Tomorrow gonna be 8. So it's gonna be 1 week. It's going to be 1 week since the federal government shut down. A lot of park and recreation are still closed. So if you have children and you used to take them to the park, most parks are closed. And we see we are the airport with TSA, long lines. Because people start to feel it. People start to feel it in their pockets because they didn't get paid last week. And who can you call? Can you call your congressman? Can you call your senator? And say, hey, senator, make sure you get the bill passed so we could go back to work. We could live our normal life. But it seems like every month, months after months, it's something else. Since we have this president come in. As of January 20, since Donald Trump take over as president, first he bring in tariff. That was the first thing. He said Canada is gonna be the 51st state. America have 51 states. Because he gotta make Canada become what? A sovereign country, a sovereign nation. That's what he said he was gonna do. So he followed out with Canada and Mexico. And those are neighboring or bordering country. And it's just going downhill from there. Tariff not affecting the country, it's affecting the consumers. People who buy the produce. You see, we're a lot of farmers are crying out. Farmers are crying. Why they are crying? Because all they soya bean, they don't have no market for it. China was the biggest market for soya bean. And because of the tariff, China stopped to buy the soya bean. They're buying it from Argentina. Why lie? Want a beer? How many beer you gonna drink? I said, why lie? I need a beer. In heaven there's no beer, that's why you're drinking on earth. But yes, the tariff put a hold on a lot of things, and now the government shut down a lot of federal workers not getting paid, so they're not working. You get paid for the work you do. That's what Donald Trump trying to tell them. So if you're on furlough, you're not working, so we can't pay you. But a lot of people start to stress over it because if you have a young child, you just start working for the federal government and you don't have any savings, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna affect you because you don't know where your next meal is coming from. You don't know where the next paycheck is coming from. A lot of my co-workers, their wives are federal workers. They say they're gonna have to borrow loans to keep them afloat. Yes. So you imagine you're working all your life to go borrow loan to keep you afloat because your government shut down. Think the government work for the people, by the people, but it don't work like that no more. The government work for themselves. But it's a new day, it's a new dawn. Hope everyone, if you have family member who are federal workers, hope they call their congressman or woman or senator, call them to go sit and talk because we can't have another 35 days like the last time. All of Christmas 2018, a lot of people didn't eat Christmas dinner because the government was shut down. 35 days, the longest in the history of America. A lot of them go look another job because it never seemed like it was gonna end. And the same thing happened again. Under the Republican administration with the same president. But when will it end? Will it end today, tomorrow? Or will it end on Thursday or Friday? Because you know the weekend they don't lobby on the weekend. They got to take their weekend. But do you think your federal government or your government is working for you? Question of the day. They are not working for you. They don't love you enough to work for you. That's why they shut the country down. People start to cry because of their dream job. You got a furlough on your dream job. But what are your thoughts? and the federal government shutdown. It's time to think. Think for yourself. Do your dream job, your federal job, it's a dream job. Don't seem like it's a dream job anymore because it's becoming a nightmare. It's not a dream job anymore, it's like a nightmare job. Because your government can shut down the country and they get paid while you don't. And they're saying that the Republican and the president don't wanna sit and talk. So how can you have a resolution if you don't sit and talk? In order for you to have a resolution, you gotta sit and talk. Manuela, blessings. You gotta sit and talk. Why are they not sitting and talking? But I feel it for the federal workers. Because it's what, over 750,000 people will be on furlough. 750,000, just less than quarter of a million. And our government see the needs for him to lock down the country. So shut it down. Every day we have to ask ourselves the question, why the people who we voted are we elect to represent us, not representatives? Why? It's supposed to be a no-brainer. It's supposed to be common sense.